Okay, welcome back. It is day 2 of Wilderness Survival with Ratanaru. We are... Where are you right now? We're in the seaside, or like riverside town, but we hadn't gone in yet, had we? Last time?
We walked in like 1 or 2 buildings and a zombie fell from the sky.
Yeah, yes, I remember that very, very distinctly. Yeah, one of them fell from the upstairs of this warehouse over here. My character's hungry.
I
Do you have any
just threw
food?
some fresh food in the fire.
Okay. I do have, like, some chips, but I'm thinking we probably want to keep those for a rainy day if we can
Yeah, we got some
avoid it.
friends.
Nice. Alright, I'll let you handle those. So, this might sound like a really dumb question. Rose hips. Do they come from roses? Like, I don't know if I've ever seen them.
I mean, I
Rose
guess,
hips.
right?
The name implies such, but I don't, like I say, don't think I've ever seen any. Okay, I'm fed. Hairdrop zombies. Yeah, it was like middle of the night and we walked into this warehouse here and a zombie, like I pushed into the middle and a zombie like dropped down literally from the upstairs, like a
They're saying
tile
rose hips are
behind
the
my
fruit
character.
of basically any rose.
Huh, interesting. I didn't know that they had fruit. There's a zombie here somewhere. Multiple. There. This is what happened last time. They fell from the ceiling.
One appeared above you. Yeah, this place is cute.
Okay.
Alright, no one else up here.
Couple of planks. We should probably try and take those, eh? If we can.
Are we going back to base after this?
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I can like grab them.
I guess I'll come back for them. I do not have a lot of inventory space right now. All the doors, like, can we jump out of the window? No. Maybe here. Yeah. Yeah, okay. You can jump out of this window on the right and land on wood. Finding nothing but wood splinters. What's up, T-pads?
This little town is amazing.
Yeah, Simon did a really good job with decorating these, honestly.
Yep.
Hey, I got a full battery there.
Oh, there's a hacksaw in here.
Guess what? Chicken butt? Not duck butt? Honestly, missed an opportunity there. And a hacksaw?
Yeah,
We can use that for wood cutting, right?
we can. Well, making planks.
Okay. Well, I guess we don't need to grab these planks anymore then.
Yep, unnecessary.
Yeah, it saves us some weight. It's good. There's what? What? Duck butt? Nowadays, when I see
There's two
rose
canteens
hips,
up
I think
here.
of the game The Long Dark. 2 canteens. I mean, we have water bottles now anyway, right?
Yeah, I just left them behind.
But amazing. Quality chatting experience.
Fishing hook, a whistle.
I got a fillet knife here. Might grab that. Sounds like, I mean, I don't know how much crafting that can be used for, but might save me crafting some for a while.
Are those real traps?
That is a very good question.
No,
Let's have a
they're
look.
fake.
Oh. Boo. Why is it whenever I try to play this game? You know, I've just had a message from a friend of mine in chat, and I think this is like, just sums up like the Zomboid experience. He's just said, why is it whenever I try to play this game, I feel like I've got Zeds on my ass 99% of the time?
I don't know.
Welcome to Zomboid, especially as you're getting started.
Yeah, definitely when you're getting started. I don't know. In Build 42, I've just felt like I've been playing Sims.
Yeah, but do you not think that's because, like, we've got some experience?
Yeah, it's because I know how to just not be bothered by the zombies.
Yeah.
And it's so chill. I'm not looking forward to when they switch stable over and everyone playing Build 41 just gets smacked in the face with Build 42.
Ooh. Magazine. Okay, this is huge. Magazine, the hunter, crate trap, and stick traps.
I think we already know those recipes, but that lets us make them one level earlier.
Okay. I'm not sure I know them because it doesn't say known. Me.
Really?
Yeah. Didn't say it anyway.
Oh wait, I'm a park ranger. Of course I know them.
Yeah. I also found a jig lure for fishing, and an angle-headed flashlight.
Oh, there's some batteries I left behind over here.
Yeah, I've got a full battery as well, so I think I'm good. We've got some more pop cans in these dumpsters. We wanted to use them to heat water, but we'd have to grab several. Oh, whiskey. We can, here we go. We can, like, disinfect some rags, maybe. Ginger ale, stuff like drinks on the floor. This looks like it's, an event house. Like, it's been ransacked, maybe, like, looted building.
Yeah, the looted buildings are surprisingly good for loot.
Agreed. I don't know, like, how... Oh, there's another handbag here, by the way. You want one?
I'll take it out with me.
Yeah, I'll put it on the table here. I don't know how we would go about trying to make this, like, the spawns more balanced for loot. Because, like, even if we turn other down, like, we're still going to get some loot spawns. And even on the lowest setting, it's like, with how many containers there are, you're going to get something, you know? I think it's, like, one of the most difficult things to balance about playing this way.
Yeah, I just think other was too high. Yeah, this is totally like a party event in this house, just on the floor.
Yeah.
Where's that handbag?
In the room top left of the building. Like the office with the computer. Oh, here we go. Got a roasting tray here. Oh yeah, we agreed we were going to leave the fresh food, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because that shouldn't have happened. I will say some of the food is already rotted, like that I'm finding, so won't be long before they all rot away anyway. I got another kitchen knife here. It's not very sharp.
Better than nothing.
Yo, Hanks, thank you very much for the Prime sub there, buddy. Thank you. Hope you're having a good day. Good Friday, in fact. Peanut butter. Premium, non-perishable goods. Thank you, guys. Can we get some Mr. Bread ups in the chat, please? Water dispenser as well. Doesn't work though. It's a fake one.
Fake water dispenser.
That might be something for me
that.
to. That might be something for me to note to Simon that like doesn't feel great when they're fake.
Yeah, the fake tiles is like. It's because they're from Build 41, right?
Yeah, I think so. There's an old stove here. But I don't know if that really serves any purpose over a campfire.
I mean, we could move up to that when like we build a house or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I just need, like, is it actually like better in any way? You know?
Over a campfire? I mean, you can't burn yourself to death.
Yeah, there is that, I suppose. Yeah, the safety element. Guys, it's 6 months later. So this is a custom map called Lost to Nature. You can find it on the Steam Workshop. It has been updated for build 42. It is essentially like a wilderness survival setting. So you will have to set up your own sandbox settings. If you do !mods in the chat, we've also put in a couple like extra mods, but not very many. We had a commissioned handheld like primitive torch item that we had made for this, and also tattered clothing, so you can choose to spawn without like the standard clothes, and the zombies will also spawn without clothes. Just make sure you turn like any events off.
Wait, was the bridge north of our base a full bridge or was it broken?
It was broken, the one to the north of our base.
All right, I'm gonna mark that.
Yeah, just make sure you turn off any events off, because those zombies spawn with clothes, even with the mod in play. Yeah, what a blue Draculich. Thank you very much for the year's subscription. What is that, like 4 subs now already? We haven't even been like live for like half an hour. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate that. Very, very kind of you. Thank you. Steam fixed this time? Yeah. No issues with Steam today. Yeah, I think so. Yes, the map is build 42 ready. Yeah. We're still working out like the settings involved. Because there's a lot of settings that you need to tune just right for this. But this is kind of like, we're considering this a bit of a test run. Because like we'd like to do like a full playthrough of this when build 42 goes stable, maybe. But there are so many like sandbox settings and stuff that you've really got to tweak stuff and make sure it's perfect. Really hoping that's next wipe. I mean, there's no reason we can't host this on the multiplayer server. I'm just reluctant to wipe right now before the zombie culling is fixed. Like, it's the only reason we haven't wiped the multiplayer server is because there's almost no point until the zombie culling is sorted, you know? It's dude, the zombie culling like issue has been such a big one. I can't wait for them to fix that, honestly. But yeah, there's definitely a possibility that we can do like a wilderness survival wipe in the not too distant future. Duck, you have to wipe, it's sanitary. Agreed. Found 1,300 plus Zeds crammed into 4 tiles earlier this week. Yeah, I saw that. I think I saw that support ticket. Crazy, man. So I also found a fishing hook while we were in there. So we might be able to craft like a rod as well. Give us that as an option, even though it's not the best way to get food.
It's a good way to get food. It's just a lot of time investment that we won't have.
Yeah. I don't really feel like we're short on food right now either.
Yeah, we're not even short.
I think really like our biggest thing is like at least on my part is probably like leveling tailoring and building the house. I can get started. Like now that we have a hacksaw, there's no reason I can't get started. To be fair.
Yeah, we could build up a house. And like all the little crafting benches that we need.
We
Well,
grabbed a
we don't need
garbage
nails
can,
for
right?
it.
Already. Like,
No, I sat it down actually. I go pick it up.
I was just wandering by and like that made me think about it. We grab one of those. I'm gonna do some foraging just as we walk. Ooh, hand drill.
That's good.
Useful for anything? Like, what do we use that for?
I think you put a hole in a chunk of steel or iron with that, so it like skips a little bit of blacksmithing.
Okay. So useful later. We'll take it. Foraging is so underrated and so underused. It is absolutely essential with wilderness survival, and like I'm not kidding in any way, shape, or form. It is so important in wilderness survival. If you're playing solo, it's like the single best thing you can put points into before you start. We've kind of gone more, I'm finding so many like insects that can be used as bait here. I'm thinking I may just do some fishing in a bit.
I mean, you can definitely try.
Even if it's just like so it give me an opportunity for a break to talk to chat for a little while, you know, just while I'm doing some fishing.
There's lots of fishing to be done.
Ooh. I honestly, I used to go fishing. Like I used to go fishing quite a bit with my dad when I was a kid. And I just lost interest in it because it was typical. Like I wanted to catch fish, not sit and wait to catch fish for hours. You know.
Yeah.
Even on the MP server, half my food comes from foraging just because farming is booty cheeks now. Yeah, that's one setting. We found an iron band as well. I have no idea. Like, this is a problem. I don't know what's useful and what's not.
You just grab all that stuff.
Yeah, we turned growing seasons off for this.
But you can see how fast you
tempted to do the same for like the multiplayer
you can,
server
like,
as well.
cut down how much blacksmithing you need to do just by foraging.
Okay.
And the only actual problem is the nails for the pottery wheel.
Right. Yep. Yo, Gragged Up Aces, thank you very much for the Prime sub. You guys are being awful generous today. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Duck, you beautiful bastard, the week's over and so am I. What up, Grand? Yeah, just like, I don't know really what the thought was behind the growing. Like, I guess I get it. They're going for the long-term play. Seems a little bit, I don't know, maybe a little bit premature to like change the growing seasons right now. Because like, man, it is painful growing any sort of crops right now. I'm gonna be walking for so long. Steel scrap. Half skull. Honestly, I need to stop foraging this. I can't carry any more of this stuff.
Have you heard of our Lord and Savior running?
Running. Listen, I'm very overloaded right now, okay? Like, leave me alone. I'm walking. This makes everything so much better not having season. Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Yeah, not a big fan. Not a big fan. What are you up to this weekend, Grand? Whole lot of nothing. Also, I'm revisiting your occupation tier list, specifically for wilderness survival runs. I know you touched on it a couple times in your tier list vid a couple months back, but I think it'd be interesting to see a dedicated vid on it. If I thought people would watch it, like if I thought it would appeal to enough people to be financially worth it, I'd love to do a video like that. But I think it might be a bit too niche. First things first, I've got to do like a traits tier list, and then I've got to do maybe like a weapons tier list as well. Because that video did like flew off the handle. I'd love to do like a couple more tier list vids. I also want to visit doing some like narrative or like more sort of like gameplay centric videos that I've been learning a lot recently. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Rusty, what's going on, fella? Hello, welcome. Just talking about how many people have been subbing today. It must be payday. Appreciate you, mate. Hope all's good. Hope all's good. Any chance you're going to Gamescom this year, Rusty? I doubt it, but you know, figured I'd ask. Figured I'd ask. Yeah, what up, Louise? Yeah, tier lists are crazy. Tier lists do ridiculous numbers on YouTube. It's actually wild. It's in Cologne in Germany, Rusty. Every year in August. About, I don't know, I think it's just over an hour on the plane. Yeah, I think I've been learning a lot about like how to make an effective narrative for like gameplay or challenge videos on YouTube. Like I've been learning a lot recently from you know, people that have experience with them and know a lot about like the algorithm and retention and stuff. And I think like I've learned enough that I would like to give like a challenge / gameplay video another try. And I'm talking things like what am I thinking of? Like, for example, well, let's take a wilderness survival video, right? And then like applying, like I've learned a lot about like applying stakes to it. Like what's the big draw, what's the big risk, what's the fear factor for the viewer, and like regular checkpoints to update them. You know, revealing the end goal and the start of the video, so there's actually like a whole point to the narrative, and there's so much like with that sort of thing that you just don't see. It's crazy learning about like videos. For example, a really good example in the Project Zomboid community is MrBrolo. MrBrolo makes some fantastic content like that based on like long gameplay challenges, and he puts so much work into the narrative and the script and the pacing that you just don't see and you don't realize, but it's there and it's keeping you watching. Kind of crazy, honestly, but Oh yeah, yeah, you'd be paying a lot. If you're not in Europe or already, then paying like it's a lot to get to Gamescom. There's some really good stuff there this year. In the intro, I've mentioned it a couple of times now, but during the intro today, I was talking about how I may get the chance to do a stream at the Sega booth at Gamescom for you guys. But also, I may be able to stream a game that hasn't, to my knowledge, hasn't posted any gameplay outside of its gameplay trailer. And that is Total War Warhammer 40k. I may actually get the chance to play that on stream and record some content from it as well. Which I'm hyped about as a 40k fan. No way, so hard right now. Let's go, I love 40k. Yeah, I'm very excited about it. I only found out today, which is why I'm not brought it up. But nothing's confirmed yet. I'm trying to secure the slot. I'm very, very excited. Very excited. I'm finally home. I've arrived.
He made it.
Right, I'm gonna create like a little section for fishing bait by the water here.
Sounds good.
Okay, I have a saucepan and a roasting pan, which I'm gonna put in the fire. Figured we could do with some containers.
Yeah,
That means we can actually we can make a roast from the venison.
Yeah. We're living it up.
Need to go paint to get my combat patrol painted. I'm currently painting some intercessors, my first set of intercessors, for in a Space Wolf theme. Pretty happy with how it's going so far, but I'm also getting a 10th edition Ultimate Starter set that I bought off of eBay. Pretty much in new condition. Like I think it was 4 of them have been assembled, 2 of them have been painted, and that's it. Everything else is still on sprues. And I got it for £75, and it's like £125 new. 10th edition, not 11th. So it's the one with the Tyranids. It's like a you can get it for cheaper than £125. You'd maybe be looking at like 115 from like resellers. But yeah, I got it for like 75 quid, which yeah was a steal. We could sell the Tyranids on if we wanted to, but me and Lucy are gonna do like a bit of a painting date. It'll be pretty cute. She's gonna paint her Tyranids in a girly pop style. She wants to paint them girly pop with pink and sequins and stuff. Oh, nice. Nice blue. Yeah, I'm working, like I say, working on some Space Wolves right now, but I might want to go Blood Angels in the long run, because I think they're a bit more beginner friendly. So, pretty soon, Mitto, we're seeing the next update for Build 42 Unstable is slated for later this summer, whenever that might be. You know, like, when is summer? Like September, I guess, is the end of summer. And we know that build is the one that's going to stable. And they mentioned that they would like to do that this year. So within the next couple of months, we get the version that goes to stable. I would say within the next few months, we're likely to see it become stable. Yeah. Actually, Wetch, if you're still in chat, I'm watching an eBay auction for some Space Wolf Guard Terminators right now. I'll send you the link on Discord. They're painted, but they're painted poorly, in my opinion. And I'm thinking I'm gonna like strip them. They don't seem to be damaged. And they're at like £14.50 right now. So just keeping my eye on it. Just keeping my eye on it. I've got a couple of bids on other stuff on eBay as well right now. Like some of the auctions on eBay are crazy for Warhammer stuff. Those of you watching this on the YouTube VOD channel, this isn't even a Project Zomboid stream anymore, I'm afraid. If you came here for Project Zomboid, just be aware that we're going to be talking about Warhammer 40k for like the next hour. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, I'm putting a bunch of tools by the side of the bench here. We've got like knives, hand drills, welding torches.
Yeah, that's good.
Just
kind of have to make some piles for a bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Organized chaos, at least. How was our axe? We had a wood chopping axe, right? Or did we use that all up? I think we might have used that all up.
I think you had a crude axe, right? Crude stone axe.
Yeah, I thought I did, but maybe I broke it. Yeah. Oh, here it is. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Crude stone axe. Got it. I don't want to chop some trees. Start, you know, sawing some wood. I'll start with the ones nearest to us, I guess. We do have some logs around.
You don't have nails, right?
Not really, no. Thinking it might be a good way to get like some carpentry, just do some sawing of logs, get us some planks. But yeah, we will need some nails. We have a screwdriver and I have a hammer. I guess we could do I could do some disassembly of like furniture items.
That would work.
Woodwork.
You got me.
Yeah. Yeah. Was good. Where's that hacksaw at?
On the bench.
Thank you. I think I've seen them ones before. They're cool sculpts. Yeah, I don't know what edition they are or what, but I've been outbid and it ends in 5 minutes, chat. So I need to go back in like 4 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna put a chopping block down as a surface. Where do you think you would want it? Like in front of the bench, by the fire? Like, what do we think?
Close to the fire so we can use the light from it.
That's a very good point. Hey, hang on. Oh, I need the hacksaw as well, do I? Yeah. Just the bin covered in vines. I love that. Went to Warhammer World on Monday for my 30th and it was the best day. I had my 30th not too long ago, on the 28th. I would love to go to Warhammer World at some point. It's on mine and Lucy's list. Because, you know, like, she can appreciate some of the stuff and the sculpts and dioramas and things. Like,
I'm going to start looking for some more flint.
pageantry. Okay. Yeah, exactly. My 30th too, 9.5 years ago. That's funny. Speaking of storytelling, what is the end goal of this adventure? Basically just to prove that it is possible to reach like a self-sustaining point in wilderness survival without the need for mods. We want to prove that it's possible because it wasn't in build 41. You needed a shitload of crafting mods. Now, the only two mods that we've put in aside from the map that are like necessity, in my opinion, I mean, really, they're not even necessity. I think the tattered clothing mod is one that you need. You absolutely need, because otherwise, like, you can't, like, you have clothes and it doesn't really make sense. But the only other one we have is the primitive, like, handheld lightable torch. Everything else is vanilla. And we wanted to prove that, like, you know, it's possible. I don't know if, like, maybe as part of the real challenge, like, when we get round to it, like, this is more of, like, a test bed right now. We're trying to get, like, the settings in the right place, like, just to trial things, you know? I don't know if maybe when we do the real, like, full challenge, whether we might just turn off loot spawns altogether. Because you still got foraging. And I think we'd be able to get everything we need from without loot spawns. I think. Because you can get nails from, like, disassembling furniture. You know, a lot of the stuff coming through foraging. Feeling young right now. Y'all are old as fuck. True. Got 1 minute left on this auction chat. We just, hang on, right? I'm bidding right now. Don't bother me, okay? I'm kidding. I love you guys. No, I do quite want these Terminators because I'd like to strip them. Paint them myself. Paint them myself. All right, that's my final bid in. We'll see. We'll see if we get them. Ends in 10 seconds. And it's done. We're determining the winner. Please refresh the page. I've refreshed the page. Tell me. Yay, I got it. So I got 5 Space Wolf Guard Terminators for £17.22. Not bad. That's what I mean about eBay. Great for 40k models. Granted, I'll need to strip them and everything so I can repaint them, but it's better than spending, like, even at resellers. Those, I googled it, I looked them up, and those models, even at resellers, are £36. And that's not the, like, obviously Games Workshop price is even higher, so. Good time to do it too, because people are offloading old stuff now that 11th just dropped. Yeah, that's probably a very good point. That's heavy shipping. £36 must be a killer. Shut up. Shut up, Grant. All right, just stop. You should post some pics in the Discord of your 40k stuff. The creative channel is like the perfect place for that. Hello, Charlotte. How are you? Oh, did I miss a message from Lucia? They're talking like I haven't been into Warhammer since before we met. Well, you know, I mean into. All right. You've got like one Space Marine, okay? Come on now. Come on now. Yeah, you're really like into Warhammer. Do 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 do. We have what's really nice as well is we have like an in-post collection place near me, which often saves me like a fair bit of money on like delivery prices as well when it comes to like eBay auctions. Which is really, really nice. Alrighty. Right, that's that paid for. Excellent. Excellent. I've seen quite a lot of people as well, which I'm gonna smother you in your sleep / joke question mark. Sorry, babe. I love you. Okay, I am just teasing. I've seen a lot of people selling the librarian from the 11th edition, especially. Like, I don't know why people don't like him, but like, seems to be a lot of people selling those right now. I don't know why that is. One pointing his staff forward, yeah, that's the one. I can't use him as a Black Templar player. Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, I wouldn't be able to use him as a Space Wolf, but I'd be able to paint him as a Blood Angel, maybe. A lot of people don't like the new Marine sculpts. I thought they were sick, dude. The Armageddon sculpts look sick, in my opinion, but then I guess I'm viewing it as like someone who's very new to the hobby, so maybe I don't have the past experience. I don't think many people run librarians anymore. Interesting. Interesting. So I guess that's the different perspective for me, because I'm just looking at stuff to paint. You know? Looking at stuff that interests me. I'm gonna make us up a nice little venison roast with some veggies.
Just ringing the dinner bell, I see.
Yep. Got some potato.
I got a great present for you.
Oh yeah? What'd you find?
Oh, it's a surprise.
Okay. Is it normal when I play this game that I never make it to bed once? Lol, just die? I mean, especially if you're new, that is perfectly normal. Perfectly normal. It's gonna happen, okay? You're gonna die. The motto of the game is this is how you died, so don't sweat it, alright? Happens to the best of us. I'm not sure how I feel about all this food being in the fire, though.
Well, I need somewhere to put it.
I'm gonna move it onto the floor next to the fire so that I don't cook it all alive.
Do we make a second fire for storage?
That's actually not a bad idea. That's so bad. Yeah, I guess we could. Alright, I'm gonna get some water boiling as well while I do this. Tell you one thing about this challenge, man. I'm constantly overloaded.
Yeah, chat telling me to get high strength. That was like the single greatest thing.
Yeah, it was a good. Yep, I see it.
So I would have sacrificed strength if it was my plan. My God, we'll get backpacks fast. It'll be fine.
I need the notch plank to light the fire. There it is. Need like a branch or two as well. Do you have any branches?
I can make some real fast.
And use them to light the fire with. What up, Hansarat? How you doing? What up, Crispy? How's it going?
Incoming branch.
Thank you.
Gonna put the gift on this chopping block. Oh, you can't see it. I'm gonna put it under the chopping block.
Oh, is that an axe head?
It is.
So what now? We just need to make like a. Oh, it's a hatchet head. Okay, we need to make like a
Medium handle.
medium handle. Yeah, that's huge. All right, venison and vegetable roast coming up. What you all up to? A little bit of wilderness survival. Surviving in them woods. Them woods, boy. They're in the woods. The first time I played this game, I cried because it was so bad, and then I played 2K hours out of spite. Yeah. Yeah. It's perfectly normal. It's perfectly normal to not do very well in your first attempts at Project Zomboid. Yeah, my carpentry's already almost level 2 just from sawing logs.
Goes
Over
fast.
halfway. Yep. Bold to think there's a plan. Well, the plan right now is we're trying to build like basic shelter, but we're gonna need more nails, so we're gonna have to like go and dismantle some stuff. Have we had the Frank cam yet? No Frank cam yet today. He's kind of just he's kind of just sleeping right now, but beside me, so I don't want to disturb him right now. But I'm sure he will get up of his own accord at some point during today's stream. Oh, Luce, has he had his D word? Yeah. Did you forget? I just heard from the other room. I heard no. Yep. Hang on, chat. Wait, hang on. I need to show you Frank's reaction to getting fed. Or like when he finds out it's D-word time. Hang on. I ask him, babe. Frank, are you hungry? Are you hungry? Yeah? You want dinner? Yeah? Are you hungry? Some dinner? Yeah? You want some dinner? Oh. Oh, tell me then. Tell me. Tell me, Frank. Want some dinner? Oh. Go on then, we'll get fed. That was honestly, that was kind of tame for his standards. He usually goes like absolutely crazy when you ask him if he wants his food. He's just like me.
It's been saved from the fire.
Oh, thank you. Sorry. I was busy talking to my dog.
I'm gonna take a small bit of it.
Yeah, I'll take a quarter as well. I'm eating it with a spoon because we're civilized.
I saw a spoon on the ground. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it.
It annoys me that you can't like place it on the chopping block. It bothers me you can't place it on the chopping block.
I thought you used to be able to do that stuff too.
But I mean, apparently not anymore. If I'm supposed to use a spoon, why did God give me 10 fingers? Good question. I'm glad I'm listening to this through earphones, or my dog would be going crazy right now. Yeah, my apologies. I should have thought about that probably, but... Thank you very much for the follows, by the way, guys. We've had GoRad7, the Fishies, Muaj, Jubs, Stevie North, 17, Will Ryan. Thank you all for the follows. Very much appreciated. Hope you're having a good Friday.
It is complete.
What is complete?
The hand
You
axe.
made the hatchet. Nice, dudes. Huge.
I would just need 1,000,000 branches.
Yeah. What are we using branches for? You using them for carving?
Napping, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know, I have
do
to
we
make
wanna...
14 flint saws, so I understand how to make an axe.
Yeah. Gonna get some sleep, and then we'll I might go disassembling some stuff in the day to get some nails.
Sounds good.
Oh, 3:20 a.m. That's not no. Back to sleep.
Try again.
All right, that'll do. 6:30. All right. Gonna have a nice hearty meal, and then I'm gonna head out and try and get some nails. Leave the axe, but do you need an axe for disassembly? You don't, right? It's just like a hammer and
I don't think you need an axe.
screwdriver.
Pick the rest of this up. Although this is like the most reasonable meal I've seen in PZ in a while.
I don't know. I like to when I make meals in this game, I like to imagine that they're actual meals and try to build them as if it's accurate. I'm a big nerd like that.
Yeah, I've been using the food mods to add like more meals into the game.
Interesting.
It makes it a lot nicer when you can do, because like I think you can't even make hamburgers with like normal sliced bread.
Yeah, we were talking about that one time actually. Like, if I was in the zombie apocalypse, I'm sorry, but I'm slapping that beef patty between two slices of bread. Like, I'm not being precious about that stuff, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so do we think that that place up the road is the closest building to us? Do we think that there's closer ones?
What place up the road?
Sorry, like, I guess down the beach to the south. Like, do we think that's the
Oh,
closest
yeah,
building?
I think the ones down south were the closest. Well, unless there's like, if we go directly west, because there was a ton of zombies over there.
There was also the bridge to the north, like going across the river at a more northern point.
Yeah.
Is that good? Frank's just rejoined us after his meal. Probably gonna let out a big burp here in a minute. This is a standard map? No, this is a modded map. Exclamation mark mods in the chats. Give you everything that we're running today, including the map called Lost to Nature. All right, well, I'm gonna go. I guess I'll go north, and then I'll take the road to the west, and then like continue heading north and see if I can find some buildings.
Sounds good.
I've got a screwdriver and a hacksaw. I think that's probably enough. And a hammer.
If you want, there's a couple more jawbones you can make into axes.
That should be good. I got a crowbar as my weapon.
I forgot about that.
Yep, trusty crowbar. I really got to make like a weapons and traits tier list. I did one for occupations, and that video went nuts, dude. And I'm thinking like I should probably do one on traits and weapons. Traits, especially when like maybe right before build 42 drops.
I was thinking about, I'm gonna start working on. I did it a little bit in my stream yesterday. By a little bit, I mean for like an hour. We talked about occupation and traits.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna start working on like a 3-hour ramble about build 42 traits and occupations.
Oh, okay. Like, so, like, what's the premise of the video? Like, do they need changing? Like, what you think of them all? What are you thinking?
So right now, the idea is, I'm gonna explain the new occupations and the changes they received to like catch people up. Then I'm going
Yeah.
to start talking about the like the balance in 42, like how muscle strain is an early game issue, so it's not forever, right? Like you're gonna struggle with it, but it will go
Yeah.
away eventually,
Mhm.
and that kind of stuff, and things like how tracking is an unfinished skill, and some of the stuff was balanced around it. Like Hunter got lost trapping and got handed tracking, which is just a nerf to hand someone a unfinished skill.
Yep. Agreed.
And that kind of stuff. And then at the end, I'm going to switch over and like, if I was balancing, like here's the things I would change without having to change the game too much.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like what you could title that.
I have no
I would.
clue. I think I'm
Yeah.
just going to go with the ramble, because the last time I made a ramble video, it did pretty good too.
Yeah. You could do. I mean, it depends on your obviously like on whether you're bothered about how you word the title, but I mean, you could do something along the lines of like everything wrong with traits and occupations in build 42. Those, but that's leaning more negative. So,
Yeah, that's negative. It's also not entirely what I want it to be about.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want it to be like that from the beginning. I want to be like I'm explaining the stuff. Maybe it has to be 2 videos or something. But like, explaining the occupations and traits,
Mhm.
and then talking about how like the ways they don't line up right with build 42.
So hear me out. I think that's actually 2 videos, and the reason behind that is there's like a really popular video title structure called so it's like something explained in 30 minutes or 40 minutes or however long it is. So if you were to do like build 42 traits and occupations explained in 30 minutes or 40 minutes or 50, 60, whatever.
Explained in 2 hours.
And then leave the improvements and like the criticisms and stuff for a different video. Then you've got like 2 like very distinct like titles and narratives there that like I think people would really enjoy. And you could tie them together with a bit of cross-pollination during the video. You could be like, if you want to hear my thoughts on like actually how this trait specifically should be improved, and you can go watch this video. Like,
True. That would mean I have to make both videos at like the same time.
Well, I mean, make one first, and then the one you want to tie it to, you can make after. But I always got told by my editor, who's been at this a lot longer than I have, that like every video should have a link in some way to another video.
Oh yeah, and playlists.
Mm-hmm.
Playlists are hilarious. They like trap people on my channel. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, playlists do be working. What occupations slash trait? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit my push tool there. What occupations slash traits did you pick for this this run? So we went with construction worker, and then we have thin skin, claustrophobic, conspicuous, prone to illness, slow healer, clumsy, slow metabolism, weak stomach, Sunday driver, low thirst, outdoorsy, cat size, crafty, sower, blacksmith knowledge, bushcrafter, and we're high weight as well. Easy, easy. Why the heck can't I get across here? I feel like I'm supposed to be able to get across here. Is there a way? Sort of? Maybe? I'll report this one to the map modder just in case we're supposed to be able to cross here. Now we could actually, I could actually build like maybe 2 plank tiles right here, and it would give us access. Wonder if I can just cross the river up there. Yeah, I agree. It does look like it should be passable. Yo, what up, Rye? How's it going? Yeah, Simon did this map, yeah. Yeah, he did the original for like build 41, and then I think it was Rick Stetrix commissioned him to like update it for build 42. Okay. We could follow this river south. Oh, zombies. I want leather wherever I can get it. But any tattered like leather clothing we want to break up. Actually, this guy's got one as well. Okay, let's take a moment. You tense up with the zombies, or are you like, chill, bro? I mean, sometimes there are moments that get the better of me, but really just understanding like how long an attack is going to take, and as long as you know that, then you can pretty chill, just stagger them a bit. Yeah, that would be nice, Blue, for sure. Is it a wilderness run? Yeah. Yes. Kind of interested to see what's down this river. Can't wait to see the new wilderness mods when 42 becomes stable. Well, this is the thing, right? So we're trying like the wilderness setup right now to prove that you don't really need mods in build 42. I don't know why my character didn't attack there. So the only mods we're running is a map mod to give us a different setting, and then we're running a mod for a handheld torch, like a primitive crafted torch, and that's optional. The only other thing that we have is a mod for the tattered clothing, because, you know, obviously that would just sort of not really be the point if we just spawned in proper clothes, and that's it. So one of the mods is optional, one's the map, and only one is really needed. The rest is completely vanilla. And so far it's working out pretty good. I have a wood nails mod. Wood nails is definitely something that helps, but is not essential if you're on like if you're in the right setting, because we're playing on like a wilderness survival like map called Lost to Nature. There's still some like buildings, they're just like overgrown and like, you know, loads of vines on them, stuff like that. And that means that we can dismantle furniture for nails. So yeah, we have we sort of have a way around that in which you don't need a mod. Running around these zombies rather than fighting them all. So I'm currently like directly west of the base. I'm just sort of like on the other side of the forest from our base right now, just sort of mapping what looks to be a bit of a lake. Also like a path into the woodland. A lot of zombies on the other side of this forest. A lot of zombies. The map is basically a huge wilderness map with like suitably destroyed buildings, Pen. So if you do exclamation mark mods in the chat,
Yeah, there's a ton of them over there. I'm gonna head off in your direction.
that'll take you to the mobs that we're using. If you click on Lost to Nature, you can see some pictures of like some of the points of interest and how big the map is. Like, there's not a lot of built up areas on the map, but the ones that are there are kind of like run down and, you know, overwhelmed by wildlife and stuff. Oh, I do have a building over here. Yeah, I've gathered rather a lot of zombies.
You said pretty much directly west.
Pretty much.
Alright, I'm running that way.
Yeah, I gotta make a move to lose these zombies that are on me. Careful not to get caught in the bushes. Go this way. We'll just try and get clear of most of them. Hills become a bottleneck in this, or you have to go straight for forging? No, so we're dismantling objects. We're going to be dismantling furniture to get nails. Oh, I see you. I'm just to your left. Down here. I've got quite a few zombies coming my way, but further west of where we are now, there is a building and a car park just outside it. I need to rest because I'm sort of tired.
I'll take care of them.
Yeah, there's not many. I lost most of them, but there's a big group where we're headed.
Just wondering if you could craft me a spare axe.
Yes. A jawbone
That's what you
axe?
need?
We need a surface, but yeah. Yeah, once we find one of those, yes, I can.
All right. Is the house is on the way to the road here?
Yeah. If we literally, like, just keep going straight west. We'll bump into it.
All right.
There's zombies above us.
Oh yeah, that's where they all lost you.
Yep. We got one below us. And we just gotta sort of like slowly work our way through these guys.
Yeah. I got some coming from the north.
Oh, there's like 4 more there. Ready to try medieval maps with the horse mod? I would love to see a medieval map, honestly. I think there are a couple being made. I don't know if any of them are like completed yet. There are so many like modded setups that could happen in PZ, but it just requires like a bit of dedication from modders in creating like several supporting mods. You know, like Stalker, Fallout, Medieval, Wilderness Survival. There's so many potential setups, but it requires like quite a few mods to achieve one of them properly, you know? Grand. Is this an MP map? Who's the other player? This is Retinaru. He is a Twitch streamer. Streaming right now. But yes, Lost to Nature is multiplayer friendly. Bitch, fall over. Jesus.
I see a
Need
parking
another
lot up
rest,
there.
I think. Yeah, that's the one. There's a building attached to it.
The difference between your slow metabolism, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, your stamina regen rate is so much worse than mine.
Yeah. Highway, baby. Let's go. Yeah, sure. Go for it, Pete. Anybody beta God Save Birmingham? Yeah, I did a video on that, Cygnus. I think there were quite a few red flags with that game, and it needs a lot of improvement before it goes to early access. Also, not a fan of how they did a quote-unquote gameplay trailer that was actually pre-rendered gameplay, and they didn't disclose it. That was not cool. Yeah, for sure. Let me know your thoughts on that video if you get the chance to watch it. I'm going to be playing it at Gamescom as well. So I'll get to see, like, whether they've improved anything since. And hopefully the devs won't hate me for making a critical video. It'll be the first time I've ever met any, like, devs where I've actually, like, made an ultimately negative video about their game, even though I feel it was balanced and fair and wasn't defamatory. It's, you know, I understand some devs can be naturally protective, so hopefully they don't mind. Yeah, no, I get you, Blue. Don't worry. Definitely, I'm not a fan of not putting a disclaimer on pre-rendered gameplay. Which game? God Save Birmingham. I would play build 42, Pete. You're like, it's gonna be going to stable very soon, so you're gonna be playing it soon anyway.
I did not hear that zombie at all.
Yep, luckily I did. Yeah, you're gonna be playing build 42 soon anyway, so like now is a very good time to jump in and get to grips with it, in my opinion. So many cocktail umbrellas.
It is time. I need the axe.
Oh shit, yeah, sorry. Cover me. No, I mean, it was definitely a fair and critical video rather than like a, you know what, I hate this game sucks video. So I agree with you, Blue. I think they hopefully take it the right way. But, you know. God damn it. Wouldn't let me place it on the counter, sorry.
Okay. Wait, what?
Was one in the toilet.
I just killed one in there, and it was by itself. Oh, wait, there's a window here. Never mind.
I'm gonna use some of this leftover water, I think, in the sink. A lot more water bottle. All right, now we start disassembling. Give me some of them nails.
Good luck on the nails. I'm gonna smack heads outside.
Yeah, go for it. So this is what we were talking about with the buildings. Like, you'll find stuff like this occasionally, but like the loot that you're gonna find inside is pretty lackluster. It's more they are there to give you like certain, you know, materials. The fuck? Those chairs were on top of each other. I didn't like how easy the zombies were in God Save Birmingham. You could walk right past them. That was a big complaint of mine too. They didn't feel like a threat. I was saying, like, you know, I understand if they want to stay true to like those zombies being like slow and lethargic, but I still think there are ways to make them threatening within that, whether that's increasing their numbers or making them a bit faster when you're within a certain range of them. You know, having them drawn to certain noises within a radius. Also, like, you know, there's variety that you can create with zombies as well. Like, you could, in a medieval setting, you know, put a couple of the zombies in knight's armor, right? Or like militiaman armor or whatever, like chainmail, so that you have to think about where you're hitting them, right? Like, so that they have like some weak points that you have to aim for, or a little bit more hardy. You know, something they were quite like they had in the game was they had an infection system. So why not create like a sort of like plague bearer zombie that's you know, buzzing with flies and he's a bit bloated, and you know, if you kill him or if you're near him, your infection builds or something, you know, stuff like that. There's a lot of ways that I think they could have made them a bit more threatening and meaningful, right? Like in the beta, or not the beta, that closed playtest, they just weren't great. They did add animals in Build 42P. Yeah, there's a lot to learn. I'm gonna be doing like a video before, or when, like around the time that Build 42 goes to stable, I'm gonna do a video called Everything New in Build 42. For like a recap for everybody of like the main stuff that has been added to the game or changed. So we'll cover everything from animals to, you know, like how the occupations are different, the traits have changed. You know, we'll go over the new crafting system, the building system, new additions to the map, the you know, the glow ups to existing areas, all sorts of stuff. And I'll try and make sure that everybody is like, you know, up to date. Oh my god. I found a lighter that's full.
That's pretty awesome.
Yep. No more having to use the old
Oh no, we
Notch
need that
plank.
lighter
Oh, do we?
for the kiln.
Shit. Okay. Yeah, this is not going great for me because my chance to break stuff is like 73%.
Can't you just disassemble stuff?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, but it's chance to break 73%. So I'm just getting like scrap wood.
Maybe level your carpentry before we hit up too much of this stuff.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Got another hatchet off a zombie.
Oh, nice. Let me see like what the chances are for this. Yeah, 73. Like picking up floors. Picking up floors is like, well, so picking up floors, you want those to break, right?
Yeah, you want those to break, but the chance of getting a nail from them breaking is pretty low. But since you want them to break, it doesn't really matter.
How come, right? Explain this to me. How come when I break furniture, it's like 73% chance to breaks every time. And then when I'm pulling up floorboards, like they either don't break or they don't give me nails.
How much XCOM have you played?
Enough. Enough, XCOM. Ugh, a single nail. Gee, so what is it to build like a floor?
One nail. If you
One
just get a
nail each.
power level carpentry, I think you can make wood posts for one plank only, and then disassemble it for a plank back.
Yeah, I guess that's the play. That and like obviously just sawing up a bunch of logs.
Yeah, you can always make the like the log walls and stuff.
Yeah, I think right now might not be the best idea. Heck, well that's annoying.
If there wasn't so many trees here, I'd say we should like build next to this house.
Yeah. Yeah. This is like at the lake, and then we follow this road to get to the building we've already been to. Okay.
What about this
We
dirt
checked
road
the
looking
truck?
thing? Yeah, I checked it.
Okay. Dirt path off to the east?
To the like north.
North? Oh, I came that way. It goes, so that's like, you know the river that goes north of our base? It comes round, and that's where that sort of like dirt path takes you. Hang on, I'll send you a picture.
All right. I also have another question. I could have just looked, but is the torch mod released?
That's a very good question. It might be unlisted at the moment. It's in a mod pack. I've got a link. So that's the mod pack. If somebody in chat was like asking for it or something, they're welcome to use it.
Oh, let me grab it from your chat.
I just sent it to you in Discord.
Oh yeah, I have that muted.
No worries. I sent you that and a picture of the map itself. So you can see where we are. That's like I've mapped this area.
Yeah, because I think some people would probably enjoy using the torch mod and just normal PvP.
Yeah, absolutely. It was my plan, I think, if it's not already released, my plan, I think, was to test it and get it in an actual playthrough and then, like, release it. Yes, I agree. Some zombies over here if we want to head back.
I can't see on the map. I can hear you fighting though. Yeah, that right next to each other desync is brutal.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that like they do some more work towards like fixing desync in multiplayer. I'm thinking I might just run, honestly. I don't know if I really need to fight all these. Let's get past them.
Yeah, it's getting pretty late anyway. Not that we have to sleep. But it seems like sleep on servers is still buggy too, so.
Yeah, true. Here's a question for you, sir. I have been making a video, and I think I'm pretty much done with the script, but I want to run it by you and see if like you've got any more that I should add to it. I'm doing a video called mods you absolutely need to try, or mods you need to try before build 42 stable, right? And it's the heavy hitters, like the big ones of recent, like since build 42 came out. So we're talking like yeah, so like week 1, the arc, the horse mods, RV interiors. I've got the other one I've got in there is I actually put this in there, the wilderness like collection, if you like, of a couple mods that make this work. I put Fear the Sun plus nests, because I think that's like a really unique way to play. So really big sort of like game changing mods, not just like, you know, quality of life and stuff.
Just game changing ones. I think you've nailed most of them. There's like lifestyle hobbies for making the game more like Sims, if you haven't.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like I haven't really. The Skyblock mod, yeah, from Mr. Brolo.
Oh, I've got that in there. That's the first one in the video. Yep.
Yeah.
Got that one.
I
think I'll probably be doing a different. I think I'll probably do a separate video on that mod as well, like an actual run through of it, because like that looks really, really cool.
Yeah, I was planning on doing a run through, but with your torches instead of his. Because his torches, they're like weird in electricity or something, and they can go out sometimes, and then you just get screwed.
Oh. I've got the Necroa mod. That's another one I've got in there. The Necroa mod is in there.
Yeah. I guess I have to look at the list you have.
I think that's all of them, but yeah, it's you know, it's basically ones that if you think about it would be like a game mode, right? Like a new game mode.
Maybe the dog mod that Freylith was working on.
Yeah, the companion dogs.
Yeah, that's like a pretty big game mode. I haven't had the time to properly test them, but there is a couple new NPC mods based off of bandits, but it's less about pure chaos and more about having like RimWorld style NPCs for your base.
Okay.
But I haven't been able to play them. I tried one yesterday, and like you can tell it's based off the bandits mod, and they'll still like start shooting at you from off screen if you have hostiles turned on.
Right. Okay.
But I think it was called HGX Strangers. But like the idea that I could have like, you know, go work the fields for me every day as like an NPC makes me very happy, because I just do not want to touch the fields.
Yeah. No, I like that. That's a good idea. There was a mod that I used to use along similar lines, just Superb Survivors or something.
Yeah,
like,
back in the day.
I used to use that for like the same way. Like I didn't bring the NPCs with me. I just left them at my base, doing stuff because they were useless in combat.
Oh, the ones were still useless in combat. I tried.
I think that will be. I think that's going to be like a really big test with the NPCs when they finally get in, like through like official means. It's going to be, are they actually good in combat? Because if they're not, I feel like it's going to be that's going to be a real downside.
If they can't conga line, they're just not good enough. Like a basic conga line, like they could fight 10 zombies until they get tired, and then they're like, I'm tired, I'm leaving, this is scary, and like just run off.
Yep. I'm putting the lighter in the tools area so that we don't use it accidentally.
Sounds good. Oh, I got some axes that won't immediately break. Actually, I guess the metal ones won't either, so we got pretty lucky on that.
Hell yeah. Nice. This is good. Need a new branch. Yeah, things like the common sense mod are good, but they're kind of like, they're not what I'd be targeting in this video. Does that make sense? Common sense mod is huge, but it's not really what I'd be going for in this video. I'm looking at like real game changer mods, you know?
You should check out a mod called Living Hordes too.
Living Hordes, okay. Yeah, I'm looking at stuff that like really pushes the boundaries when it comes to PC, you know, things that people absolutely have to try before the next update, because like the next update, like the chances are that a lot of mods are going to need like patching and work from their creators. So it's stuff that like I really feel people should try now. All right, I'm cooking another roast on the fire. Ooh. Chats. I'd like to talk to you about something. Okay. I would like some opinions. So, I am, and this is going to be like quite a heavy topic, so I want to like preface this by saying like I don't want people to fall out with each other over this. This is purely me asking like some opinions and how it makes you feel, because like your guys' opinions matter to me. This is about a paid sponsorship. I will say that I've already accepted it because I think it's gonna work, but you know, there is always the potential for me to drop it if like it's really gonna create problems. But I want to know what you guys think. So, those of you that haven't heard of them before, server provider, right? Server provider for Project Zomboid. I've been looking for one that works well for a while now. And my problem has always been that like we either can't get a decent deal because they tend to undercut. They're not really like giving me a good enough like financial return, or they aren't very responsive with like customer support, or they're just not right for one reason or another for either me or my viewer base. There is a server provider called pingplayers.com that is that has branched out into PC along with a bunch of other like survival games. And they have like some really good control, like on the server, that are like focused on making things simple for like new players that are trying to set up a PC server. Like basic shit that I get asked all the time. Like, how do you set a spawn point? And it's on the control panel. Like, it's not in the files. You don't have to go into the files to change it. It is right in front of you in the basic settings on the control panel. So it makes it super easy for people to get started, right? Now, the big thing about ping players that I'm sort of like going back and forth about is that they have an AI assistant that helps with the difficult parts of server setup. So for example, if you wanted to ask, or if you wanted to set up a server and you haven't put mods on a PC server.
If we were going to build a wall, how big would it be?
Sorry, give me 2 seconds, and I will come back to you. I'm just like in the middle of a really in-depth conversation right now. So if you were putting like mods in a server, right? And you wanted to say like, and you didn't know how to do the mod load order, and you didn't know how Steam IDs and Workshop IDs worked and stuff like that. You could ask it like, I want to add these mods to my server. How do I do that? It would tell you. It would put the mod IDs in the right order for you. It would even put them in the server file for you in the right order. Right? Famously, I'm not a big fan of AI. Okay? Especially when it comes to things that either put people out of work or steal artwork from other people, right? Because like all the generative AI artwork stuff is all like it's learning from things that it's stolen and quite often like replicates other people's work. But in this case, I feel that its use is very helpful for new players and people that aren't well versed in setting up servers. It's a complicated thing, and it is making stuff that would take hours ordinarily take minutes for people that aren't experienced. And it's optional, right? So you don't have to use it. You can breeze past it if you want to and just do it all yourself. So for a paid sponsor, how does that make you guys feel? Do you feel that that is like an acceptable use for AI? Or do you feel like you don't like it? You know, you're not a fan of like the idea of me taking a sponsorship with a server provider that has like an AI server assistant. I am very interested to hear what you guys think on this. Personally, for me, it feels like a good use of that sort of thing. But I recognize it's a very controversial topic, and I want to know what you guys think. Are you making bang from this sponsor, or is it meh money? I don't know how to answer this because I don't want it to come down to money. You know what I mean? Like the money in this context isn't really important to me, at least. It's like I can drop the deal and like ultimately get another one if I wanted to. Like another one would come along. So it's an automation tool, not something generative. So the problem is that it uses, I think it pulls from ChatGPT and Claude. So it's still, I think it's still technically like generative. But it's not, for me, like the environmental impact of AI is like something that is, I don't think people will agree with me on this. This might be a bit of a hot take. I think anybody complaining about like the environmental impact of AI is being quite performative, because we do things in our day-to-day life that is like using like that is damaging the environment every single fucking day. But for me, the big deal is like, you know, accepting that there are uses for it, and it's the ethical and moral, like it's a good use of it, in my opinion. There are ways to use it that we should do and ways that we shouldn't, and a lot of uses for it I'm against, but I think something like this is really helpful for like newcomers and new players that don't understand how to set up servers. And I'm all about making things easier for people in the game, like in a game like Project Zomboid, where everything's very complex. That's my reasoning. But I want to know what you guys think. Okay, so I burnt the roast because I was having such an in-depth conversation. It is still going on. But to answer your question about the wall, I mean, it would be great to have a big wall, but I think really we need to focus on like getting the house first, maybe. I don't know.
Or should
I would
we
say,
just go to one of the runes and put a wall around it?
I mean, we could do that. But I don't know, I kind of want to go, like, the route of, like, building our own. Personally,
That's what I
to
figured.
prove it's possible. I would maybe say to the rock where we're using, like, tailoring and crafting and stuff, maybe to, like, the equal on the other side of the bench.
And then towards the water?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll work on that.
Cool. Sounds like it could possibly be helpful as long as it doesn't put us too on and run the country. Not entirely against it because the AI is being used to supplement, not replace, and it's optional. So that's the big thing for me, is that it doesn't take away anybody's work, right? It's not taking away anybody's job. This is something that one person does after they buy a server, right? So it's not taking away anybody's work, and that's a big thing for me. However, my concern would the AI having access to stuff like my Steam ID and not knowing where exactly that data is being stored, especially since Steam accounts can have a lot of value stored on them. Would it have your Steam ID? Yeah, I guess it would have your Steam ID, wouldn't it? It would have access to, like, a Steam ID file. That's fair. That's fair. I can understand that. I suppose my question then, though, is that any different than, like, the people that run the server provider having access to that information? You know? Playing devil's advocate. Is that any different than, like, some random guy having access to it? I think I'd still be very wary of its application, given the AI model reliability would be based on the data it's trained on, and I'm not sure there's enough proper documentation for it to provide reliable outputs. I will say, from testing, it works very well with regards to, like, mod IDs and stuff like that. You know, it seems to work very well when it comes to, like, setting up the setting up server stuff from testing. But yeah, that's fair. I understand that. Blue. So, in my opinion, it's different because I can have a conversation with an actual person and figure out where the data is stored, verify how it's being used. With AI, that's all off the table. Yeah, that's fair. You do what you think is best for you and what you think it could help your viewers. In the end, we don't have to buy what you're selling for them. Yeah, I mean, that is true, but there is also, like, there's a big element of, like, I don't want to, you know, alienate my viewer base because I made, like, a bad decision about something, which is why I'm talking to you guys about it. I like to, you know, obviously I can't really go posting this on YouTube, but I can do it here, you know. My biggest issue is that LLMs can just be flat out wrong while being incredibly confident they're right. So that I understand, definitely. And that's exactly the reason I don't use like things like ChatGPT with regards to, like, Google searches, Ash. But I think in this instance, again, it's like, if you're a new player or someone that's never set up a server before, you won't know anyway. So I don't know, I think in this application, it provides quite a useful service for, like, newcomers. As long as their fallback isn't go to external support because the AI failed and they have someone there to help when it goes tits up, that's fine. So a big thing that I did like about them is that they have 24/7 human support. And they were very quick to respond when I messaged them about something. So before I took the sponsorship, I went on their website and I just sort of, like, opened the support chat and asked them a question, and I got a response within, like, 2 minutes. So that's important. Again, one of the reasons I haven't worked with some server providers in the past is because they're like, you ask about something with regards to Project Zomboid, like, oh, you know, how are we going to get the, can we update to this unstable branch or whatever, and you don't get a response for, like, 2 days. And that's just not acceptable in the realms of Project Zomboid when they're updating the unstable branch all the time. Whereas in this case, these guys responded within a couple of minutes. So the problem with the environmental impact is not in the broad spectrum, is the heavy negative impact it has on the environment and wellness of the communities where the data centers are built. Yeah, I do understand that, but again, and perhaps this is me being like devil's advocate and being like quite cold, but I do also think that like there are a lot of things in the world that have that same effect. You know, you talk about like I don't know, let's take like a mine or a factory or like an industrial plant, or heck, I live near somewhere that's going to get a what's the word, like a biogas plant go up soon, and there are big concerns about that in this area. And you know, I'm not necessarily like advocating for it and saying that it's like a good thing, but I do think that the use case here and the amount of impact that one person searching for this type of thing using like an AI of that nature, pretty minimal impact compared to a lot of like the wider spread uses of like, for example, just Googling something every 5 minutes, you know. And this is what I mean by like I guess like ethical use or restricted use of AI. To me it makes sense, the application, but to other people I can understand why it wouldn't. Yeah, I'm never doing any sponsorships around like supplements or meal alternatives or like powdered energy drinks. The amount of fucking, that's a whole conversation for another time, but like G Fuel and stuff like that is really just like based on protein powders and stuff that are based on like bodybuilders for people that live a really sedentary lifestyle, and then just like rehashed. Because those things already exist and are the norm doesn't mean we should continue to accept it, though. Unlike things like factories or power plants, AI is not a necessity. Yeah, that's fair. I agree. I suppose what I'm asking at the end of the day, right, is if I were to take this sponsorship and work with a server provider that has an optional like AI assistant for a server, would it make you like, would it make your opinion of me lower? Does that make sense? Like, being brutally honest, would you watch that video and be like, dude, that's shitty, like I don't like that he's done that, you know? Because obviously, like, my concern is that we're going to get a lot of people that, you know, will basically be put off by this. Even though, like, in my mind, I've rationalized it because of various reasons. Like, my line is, I don't like people being put out of work by it or replaced as, like, a cost-saving exercise. You know, obviously this isn't putting anybody out of work, it's not stealing artwork, so, and it's actually providing a useful function that is saving people a lot of time. And to me it makes sense, but I want to make sure that like other people aren't going to be like massively put off. You'll definitely get a contingent of detractors simply by having it in the video, regardless of its utility. Yeah. There's definitely like a conversation I have to have in my head about, like, you know, how much of an impact is this going to have, you know? Yeah, no, I get that, Blue, for sure. That's the problem though, isn't it? I mean, like, we've been able to have a conversation about it, and like, that's you know, you've got the context, but some people won't. You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, there's a part of me that's like, eh. But the fact that 2 or 3 of you have raised like concerns, and well, I think like quite a lot of like the rest of chat has been quite like okay with it, or just hasn't spoken, tells me that like, you know, there's gonna be a small portion of people that will be like upset, and that's okay, and some like, but I think hopefully majority won't be upset by it because they can see the use case for it. The other thing which I mentioned earlier is how many people who watch your vids would even host a server. A lot. We posted a video about like how to set up your own servers and stuff, and that video did quite well. And you'd be surprised like how many people want to set up like small scale servers for like friends and stuff. Like even in small co-op settings, people would just prefer to like spin up the server. So the process of doing like a locally hosted dedicated server is so fucking complicated that people just buy from providers instead. And I can't say I blame them, to be honest. It's so like lengthy to try and like actually set up a server through like locally hosted means. If it isn't costing a job, then I'm okay-ish with that type of thing. Work in the IT business, and in our company, we're pushing hard on automation to become more efficient with the services we gotta provide. We even develop our own AI models there. They're really good as little helpers because you can dump every documentary in there and ask about our traveling policy and get the info you need. Yeah, see, like, this is the thing. It's to me, it's like, I don't think the world in general is ready, and I think then, like with many things, there needs to be certain guidelines and restrictions on that sort of thing, and it's just like we're not doing that. As always, you know, we're behind on that sort of shit. But there are use cases that I think it can help. I'm in the don't care category. I don't buy stuff advertised to me. I just hate ads in general. Yeah, I think a lot of people are that kind of way too. Hi, it's me, viewer, who spun up a dedicated server for 16 people and regularly looks at your videos for info. There you go. Well, there's one. AI is forced on consumers too much, definitely. Like, it's one of those things that, like, again, there are uses for it, but like, good lord, there are so many bloody like things where AI is just being injected into stuff for no reason whatsoever. Like, there are I mean, the biggest one is like I don't understand why Google needed AI. Just don't get it. You're searching the internet for something, the search engine is already doing the work for you, but whatever. I mean, I can show you what I mean. Primer swords here in a sec, actually. Like, I can actually show you like the like how it looks. Give me 1 second. Like what it's actually doing for you. I think that'd probably be like the best way for me to, you know, get this across. Like, I don't have to make any new requests. We've got like some already. So this is an example, right? Right here. Just bring this up full screen. So basically asked it, can you add these 4 mods for me, right? And then we give it these 4 mods. And it says like, since your server is running build 42, I'll format the mod list using the required syntax. mods, workshop items. Changing these requires the server restart to take effect. As your server's description mentions, it's highly recommended to back up the save before adding new mods to an unstable build. Shall I proceed? You say yes. And then it actually updates the files for you and runs the update and restarts the server for you. Like, that to me, this is a decent use case, because someone who's setting up a server for a few mates has no bloody clue how this stuff works. So to me, this makes sense. But, you know, it makes things easier, and that's what the channel has always been about with regards to Project Zomboid, is making things easier for the newcomers and the people that aren't familiar. Thanks for saving the roast.
I remembered.
Glad you did. Yeah, it's not like in your face or anything like that, Blue. It's like an optional like sub menu in your server settings. So manage to access if it has the ability to modify or delete files /.any there's a legit concern it can break your server. Well, it doesn't do anything without asking your permission. So, like, it will explain what it's about to do. You notice, like, in that example, like, it was asking, like, this is what we need to do. This is, like, how this is going to be laid out. This is what we're going to do. Can I go ahead and do that? It doesn't do anything without, like, asking permission first, which is, you know, a pretty simple fail-safe for that sort of thing, I feel. More interested to see how it troubleshoots the server issue. That's a good point. Thought about that, to be fair. That would be kind of interesting. I'm cooking these acorns too. Cheers, guys. I appreciate you guys having like this dialogue with me about like, you know, I appreciate this is something that people have different opinions on. And I never want to do something that's going to like alienate my audience for obvious reasons, but also I need to feel that this is something that's going to actually genuinely help my audience. And this is a large part of why I've gone with this sponsorship, is because I think that like it does actually help people that I am
if you want to speed up night,
making
totally
content
do that, by the
for,
way.
you know. I'll be down with that. I need to get like a couple of decent screenshots at some point, but we've got so much trash everywhere that I'm just thinking like I'd be better off going into a custom setup and taking screenshots.
Yeah,
separately.
we like go into one of the ruined houses and put a campfire in it or something.
I mean, I could do it offline, just on like a custom setup. Alright, there's a bunch of acorns on the floor.
I don't know, the trash everywhere, kind of like the epitome of a wilderness run.
I don't see anything blocked, Blue, on my end. Message failed to send. I think the point. Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. They could break the server. Oh, for sure. Definitely. But then, if it's telling you what it's done and why it's doing it and asking your permission before doing it, then I don't think that's really any different than somebody who doesn't know what they're doing going in and trying to make things work. You know what I mean? I don't really think that's any different than like me stumbling around in the files, because I have no clue what I'm doing with that sort of stuff.
Yeah. You can get a quick little nap session in.
Yep, sure. Like, at least in this case, if it does it, you can ask it what it's done, and it will tell you, right? In certain ways, I think it's better than me going in and doing it, because at least it has a vague understanding of what it's doing. Yeah, thank you guys. You know, I want to say how much, like, I appreciate you guys being willing to talk about things like this. And I know I'm going to get a bunch of comments on the YouTube VODs about this as well. So, you know, I apologize if this ends up, like, upsetting anybody that's watching this on the YouTube. This is obviously the priority has to be the live streams with these VODs that I make. And you know, I wanted to have an open discussion with my core community members, so hopefully you can understand that and it doesn't upset anybody. But yeah, be interested to hear your opinions in the YouTube comments as well, for sure. So I'm about halfway through level 3 of carpentry, so I've got level 2. The big thing really is, like, I need to get high enough that, like, I'm not gonna have, like, huge chances to break furniture.
Yeah.
Cancelled, Sash. Well, Rick Bond, thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, definitely, Von Saviors. Oh, are you laying out logs for the wall?
Yep.
Not gonna be long before I need to wrap up here, chat. It's getting pretty late over here. Busy day tomorrow too. I'm going to the second half of a stag do. Gonna do some taxi service, taking Lucy to the train station tomorrow. She's going for a barbecue with some friends. Drop the dog off with my mum for the day. Be staying there overnight, and then I'm off to play a bunch of pool, have a bunch of drinks. Pick up. I appreciate it, Prima. Thank you. This is a lot slower paced than a lot of, like, Project Zomboid gameplay, but a different kind of experience. I definitely want to do a Skyblock run for you guys on Twitch at some point too. Brolo's mod. I've never played Skyblock like on, you know, like the original Minecraft version. So I've no idea what to expect. You watching France versus England tomorrow? No. I could not care less about football. Oh, what time is that? Because if I'm going to like the second half of a stag do or whatever, I bet there's going to be a shitload of lads that want to watch the bloody England match. I'd rather watch paint dry than watch football. 8 p.m. Good luck. That's not too bad. We're gonna be like getting together pretty early because so the first half of the event that I'm not going to is like go-karting, and that finishes at like I think like almost like 1:30, 1:45. So we're probably going to be like playing through like more of the afternoon into the early evening. So I think we'll be alright. I agree, Upstall. Nice. All right. Well, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Just one part of it is done.
Does it get you any like carpentry XP doing that? I don't think it does it?
What, just chopping trees?
No, the assembling of the wall.
I think that
There's a
does give
log
you
wall.
carpentry XP. Yeah, just go grab
Have a look.
some of our twine and try it out.
Wall. Put that in the favorites. Yeah, 4 rags or twine. Oh, what was the other thing? Or twine. How much twine have we got?
A lot. And we have a bunch of dog mane too.
Yeah, so twine would definitely be the best for now. We got some sinew thread.
If
That's
you
huge.
get your carpentry high enough, we can make really nice backpacks.
Yeah, as I say, like, that's used in quite a few. What was the leather one? There was like a leather.
The large frame pack? There's a small frame pack.
No, there was a small like leather backpack made with like leather straps and. Is it like a hide one that I'm thinking about, maybe?
One of the furred Angus leathers or something like that. You do it with deer, and there are deer around here if we ever get that hook.
Yeah, there was one that we might have been able to, that we can make with that sinew thread, I think, that I'm trying to think of. Small leather backpack. Yeah. It's like a needle, you need a pick, or an awl, which we have. 2 uses of sinew thread. We got 1 right now. 2 leather strips, and then 1 like 3rd deer leather.
Yeah, so we just need to get the butcher's hook going.
Yeah.
Which means if we don't find one, we have to get blacksmithing going. That's one thing that hurts me is you have like all the primitive clothing and stuff. But it takes more effort to make the primitive clothing than the like modern clothing.
Yeah. Hey, did you get a little bit of carpentry XP from this? Not much, but it's something. 13 each.
Yeah, it's like a level 0 recipe.
Yeah, but when you're building this many,
Yeah, when you're building a house, like your carpentry just goes up.
do we want a gate on this side, a door frame?
Can
Like
we even make one?
Yes. 3 logs. What about? Yeah, it would be open. What's the door? Wooden door basic, level 3. 4 nails, 2 door hinges, 1 doorknob. It's only 1 level away. Do you reckon put 1 door frame in?
Yeah. Might as well be able to exit in all directions.
What I was thinking too. Alright, Ash, have a good one, mate. Speak to yous later. Probably use log walls around my base in multiplayer. Less work than sawing logs, even though I have so many nails. Yeah. They're quite easy to make. Really just depends if you're like wanting to level carpentry or not, because like if you know, you can gain more carpentry from storing the logs, but depends what your priorities are. Well, that got me another level in carpentry, so I'm up to level 3 now. But I need some more twine. I need a wooden rod.
Oh, can you make a lube now? Or is that level 4?
Let's have a look. I can. 4 logs, 5 long sticks, and 4 rags. Or twine.
Alright. I've been collecting saplings for that.
Nice. I need like a wooden rod or something that I can spin this twine around.
Just a branch will do.
Okay. I remember where I left the branch. Is that it? I think that's it. Yeah. Eight twine. Here we go.
I threw the long sticks on the ground by the leather strips.
Excellent, thank you. I found a branch, so making the twine now. Should be able to finish that wall off, no problem. that should be enough. Let's try that.
And then you can make a loom and get us some real clothing.
Yes.
It's gonna be uncomfortable clothing, but it'll be clothing.
That gives us the facility to make burlap then, right?
Yeah. And what was the other one? There's another one.
Okay, that's that wall built. All right, buddy. Well, I think I'm probably gonna call it there because it's getting pretty late over here.
Sounds good to me.
I'm not gonna be free much this weekend, I don't think, but I will pop you a message and we'll maybe try and get like at least 1 or 2 more of these in.
I'm all scheduled up for the weekend.
Oh, good. Okay, that works then, because I too am very busy. Good. All right, buds. Well, GG's, and I will catch you next time.
Yep. See ya.
Right. Okay. Those of you watching this on the YouTube VOD channel, thank you very much for doing so. This has been Wilderness Survival Day 2. Hope you've enjoyed it. There'll be a link in the description to the Twitch channel where you can catch this live if you're interested. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and we will catch you in the next one.